In what is a massive case of be careful what you wish for, a panel of Fox News hosts were outraged after one Texas school district removed the Bible. Now, this is a result, of course, of a review process put in place in order to try to see what books should be banned. So this is a law that was put on the books by conservatives who wanted to go after LGBTQ literature and get it out of schools. Now, the way the law is structured is you have parents that can bring up a dispute about a book that might be offensive or have things in it that, you know, they might consider to be offensive or sexual material or things like or violence or things like that. And they would complain and, well, you have to pull the book. Now, that book or the good book was taken off the shelf due to this policy the school district board had adopted on August 8th. According to the Dallas Morning News, Keller Independent School District spokesperson Bryce Neiman said that this new policy requires once challenged book to go through every once challenged book to go through a review process. And Keller Associate Superintendent John Allison said each book would be returned to its respective library if it is found to be in compliance with their new district guidelines. 42 books in total, including the Bible, a graphic novel adaptation of the Diary of Anne Frank, The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, and Genderqueer, a memoir by Maya Kobabe, were taken off school shelves, despite some of them previously being approved by officials to stay in circulation. Now, look, the Bible and the Diary of Anne Frank are likely to be returned following the review, but nonetheless, Fox hosts were big mad that the law was doing exactly what conservatives wanted it to do.
The Bible, the most read book in all of human history. In fact, over the last 50 years, nearly 4 billion copies have been sold. Compare that to Harry Potter, which is number 3 at 400 million. Not only that, foundation of the world's largest religion, a classic historical text. If you don't believe it in the religious context, at least we can be appreciated in that context. But that's the one we're removing.
I think that what's so difficult to digest here is that the whim of a few has such an impact on the many. And this was one of the reviewers, actually, her point was about that Anne Frank graphic novel, which is like the illustrated version, where she said, we approved this. And we thought to ourselves, like, yes, we saved this. This is literature that this school should be exposed to the students here. And yet because someone else said, no, we're going to review it again, all of a sudden it's back under review. We already addressed this. The fact that because one person or 3 people put the Bible on that is absolutely horrifying. This is when the school administrators need to step up and say, absolutely not.
Oh, the irony. You know what's funny is that she's so close to awareness. Emily is. Yes, Emily, you're almost there. Yes, the problem is, and that we've been pointing this out, is that yes, 1 or 2 crappy people can complain and get books pulled because they don't like what's in them. You know why the Bible has been challenged, right? It's to point out the stupidity of this law. Again, the laws that you guys supported. Look, and here's the thing too. The Christian Bible does contain numerous examples of sexual contact and graphic violence. You know, there's the whole killing all the firstborn in Egypt. Yes, that seems rather violent. The fact that there was going to be a sacrifice to God. Or torturing that poor Job guy. What did he do? All this stuff, okay? Yes, there is violence, there is incest, there is genocide, there is war, there is rape. Okay? There's all these things. And yet, Fox hosts are like, no, but we like that stuff. We like what's in the Bible because it's the Bible. We love it. We love it. But I show you the context here, or give you the context of what's actually in the Bible because, well, those are the same issues, apparently, that you thought should be banned in schools. Oh, we can't expose kids to this stuff. But herein lies the problem. They're actually totally fine with the sex and violence. But they're just not fine with gay and trans people. That's the whole issue. And by the way, here is Kayleigh McEnany kind of admitting it.
Look, I think a new book that's written that has sexual content inappropriate for children, yes, I think that is a book that should be taken away, even though I'm in general not for canceling books out of library shelves. But a book like Anne Frank, I've not seen the illustrated version. This is a real depiction of something that happened in human history. Students need to see and understand the Holocaust, slavery, human atrocities in the world's history.
Oh, I'm not I'm not for banning books or censorship or anything or canceling, cancel culture or anything like that. No. I just want to ban new books. I want to ban new books because I don't like the stuff that's in them. Because I think that it's inappropriate content for children. I think it's inappropriate because, God forbid, it mentions a gay person. But, we can't ban old books, though. But, again, the Bible. No. Look, okay, so, look. Here's the thing. We know exactly why these laws are put in place, and we know what these Fox hosts are defending or wanting to ban. And they've been having their way. In fact, between July 1st in 2021 and March 31st of this year, more than 1,500 book bans have been instituted in U.S. school districts. Of the banned titles, 41% included protagonists or prominent secondary characters who were people of color, according to PEN America. About 22% of the banned books directly address issues of race and racism, while 33% explicitly address LGBTQ plus themes, or have protagonists or prominent secondary characters who are LGBTQ. PEN America also found that 3 of the most frequently banned titles are all centered on LGBTQ plus individuals or touch on the topic of same-sex relationships. So what this is, it's homophobia, it's transphobia, it's racism. It's censorship couched in terms of, oh, we got to protect the children. We got to protect the children from catching gay from a book. Or becoming trans because they read a story about a trans person. Or, we also have to protect people from reading about the history of racism because we like the racism and we don't want to be embarrassed that we were so racist in the past. So understand what this is. These are deeply fearful people. Okay? And so they're afraid of anything that is different, that is not in their particular worldview. They're totally fine with things that are heterosexual relationships. But when it comes to anything that's same sex or transgender, no, that's what's inappropriate. It's complete hypocrisy and an absolute double standard. And what's funny about this entire situation is that here we have a situation where, oh, look, your bands that you support just came back to bite you.